Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. All right, so I thought to myself the other day, right? If people like to think of life as like a video game, let's say, yeah, a video game, why is it that they don't try to be the best that they can be? Because if you look at life as a video game, wouldn't you want your character to be the best out of everybody else's character? Why is it that we don't tend to strive for a goal that gives us the most abundance in life? If we're looking at it from a video game perspective, some will go days without sleeping to try to make their character the best, to try to have everything in a video game, you know? So it's kind of weird sometimes, because people will say all these things like, oh, look at life as if you're playing a video game, as if you're the main character. If you're preaching that, why is it that you aren't attacking life as if you are the main character? If you're a main character in something, a movie, a book, in a video game, bro, the main character always 9 times out of 10 wins at the end, or is at least the most important. So if you consider yourself the most important, why wouldn't you want what's best for you? Of course, there's factors that play into that. Emotions, tragedies that happen in life, many things that could possibly go wrong. The only difference in life and in video games is that in video games, you could die more than once. In life, you die, that's it, you gone. You gone. Metaphorically speaking, you could look at it as a way like in video games, dying multiple times is losing in real life multiple times. And what I mean by that is you failing at something. The more times you fail, obviously not failing intentionally, you will eventually understand what you need to do in order to succeed. If your intent is to accomplish what's in front of you. If life is to be looked at as a video game, why can't we be okay with taking L's? We know it's inevitable. We can't do nothing about it sometimes. Sometimes people are lucky. They don't take L's as often, but that's 1 in a million. When it comes to video games too, some people are naturally good at it. They don't die as often. But man, we're not those people. A lot of us aren't those people. You know, sometimes people just have natural talent, and that's a good thing. But most of us, we don't have that. So we gotta work regardless. People are in fear of losing so much that we don't sit down to really try to enjoy life like we enjoy video games. So if life is to be looked at as a video game, why can't we accept the L's that we take? Why can't we look at it from a perspective that, yo, if I take this L, I know I'm gonna do better next time. You know, I used to play a lot of Elden Ring, bro. And Elden Ring, you die a lot in that game. But when you finally beat a boss after losing to him 30, 40 times, you get this sense of satisfaction, like as if you got a promotion at work or you bought a new house or a new car. The amount of satisfaction that I got when I defeated bosses in Elden Ring was incomparable with any other game. That's why I really consider that game to be one of the best games ever. Obviously, there's other factors that play into that, but that feeling was different. It was unexplainably top-notch compared to any other game. No other game, when it came to fighting a boss, made me feel like that. I actually felt like I was a superhero, like I was doing something important. If I can have a feeling like that in a video game, why can't I have that in real life? If I'm preaching that life is to be looked at from a video game perspective. People will say all this shit. Oh, life is a video game, this and that. You have this, so you can do that. But they not practicing what they preaching. They still end up making excuses. So it's like, bro, if you look at life as a video game, why is it that you still in that same position? Are you not putting enough hours in? Are you living life part-time? I start getting confused and suspicious about people who say stuff like that, because if life was to be looked at as a video game, you would do the most you can do to be the best. And as I mentioned before, of course, there's things in life that will make it difficult, but real gamers know the more difficulty, the better it is when you achieve. You know what I'm saying? Like when you succeed in a video game, when you pass the game in the hardest difficulty, there's no other better feeling than that. It's something that keeps us going too. It makes us want to play more games. So why is it that we don't try to achieve the best, reach for the stars in real life when we do it in a simulation? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because people will say this all the time and they still in the same spot. I don't know everybody's life. I'm just seeing it from the perspective of someone who likes to preach that life is to be looked at as a video game and still doing the same thing. Because if you look at life like a video game, you should be at the top. You should be better than a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the way I see games, when I'm playing a game, my character has to be level 100, has to be overall 99. I have to have all the guns gold. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to have so much abundance in that game in order for me to be satisfied with it. And even then, when I have all that, I still continue to play, depending on the game, of course, because there's some games, you know, once you pass and you have everything, there's nothing else to do. But for the most part, I still enjoy playing it because I have everything. You know, there's people who cheat the game, there's people who find hacks to unlock everything really fast, but I don't like to look at life like that. You know, you just skipping steps, and if you skip steps, you're not gonna understand the meaning of every step along the way. So there's no point in really just hacking your way into unlocking everything when you're playing a video game, in my opinion, unless you don't really care about the video game, of course. But metaphorically speaking, it's like there's no reason for you to skip steps. You gotta put your hours in, put the work in, so when somebody challenges you, whether in an online game or a difficult boss, you know what to expect. You know how much work you put in. You're confident enough to be like, yo, I could beat this boss, or this dude's not beating me. I'm too good. I already know what he's gonna do based on my experiences, based on the hours I put in, you know. So looking at life that way, that builds confidence. In a weird way too, if you put the work in, you'll succeed no matter what. You can't be afraid to take the next step. You can't be afraid of the success either, because eventually there's gonna be an opportunity for you to strike. And if you're not prepared for that moment, you're gonna keep taking L's until you succeed, until you try and try and try again. You might stop for a while, come back, play a little more, lose 10 more times, 20 more times, come back again, wait a few days, fight the boss again, lose 30 times, and then that 31st time, you finally win. And you're like, yo, I finally beat this boss. I finally beat this boss. Life is just like that. You gotta go out, be willing to take the L's, not wanting to take the L's intentionally, but accept the fact that you may lose sometimes, bro. It's okay. It's okay, bro. But when you win, it's gonna be the best feeling ever, and it's gonna prompt you to want to win even more. You don't sit down and pout when you lose to a boss. So why in real life, when you overcome a challenge, why is it that we don't keep going? You know, we have to, man. Life is like water, bro. We flow with the river at the end of the day, no matter what the circumstances may be. That's what I wanted to speak about right now, because a lot of people just like to say a lot of gibberish, and you know, they don't practice what they preach, man. Don't be those people. What value your words gonna have at the end of the day when you don't take action? Actions speak louder than words. A man is defined by his actions, not his words also. Words prompt you to do what you want to do. Of course, being able to describe what it is you really want to do in life is cool, but at the end of the day, if you're not stepping outside, doing what you got to do, your words don't mean nothing, bro. Your words hold no weight. So take action, live life as if you are in a video game, because you're the main character in this world, and I would want you to have the best character, because when I come up, I would want a challenge. You already know, be easy, be safe, stay beautiful. Peace.